Hi, everyone. Harry here to talk about Donald Trump's response to the academic exercise ordered up by Judge Cannon, which was hugely in his favor. It said, consider this extremely pro-Trump crazy theory that is the law in nowhere at all on earth and write jury instructions around it. And he himself, we've just talked about in a different tape and at length, which I think it merits the Jack Smith response. But now Trump's, he also basically ignores the judge's orders. Now that he's Trump, so that's a little less surprising, but it really puts Cannon in a tricky position. So they were supposed to give some jury instructions under this two different theories of the Presidential Records Act, one more extreme than the other, both as lawless as the other. Instead, he just does this brief where he argues again for the Presidential Records Act theory that he has, and then throws in, why she needs to dismiss on this basis and that basis and the last basis, and then supplies a verdict form for a hypothetical jury in this hypothetical instruction where a verdict form just says, we, the jury, find on count one, not guilty, not et cetera. So he supplies that. So there's really, there's going to be a hearing soon, and she's going to, look at two parties, neither of which has, done what she asked at all. And what she asked was ridiculous. So she'll be in this funny position of perhaps will she try to defend out of pride or whatever her actual marching orders, maybe send them back to do it again. Whatever she does, as I explained in the other YouTube, it plays now into the hand that Jack Smith has dealt. If she does anything other than rule on things, she's looking at maybe not a week, maybe not two, maybe three, a mandamus. And Trump offers her nothing. Trump has just served up these theories. It's going to be, as befits this very bizarre order that says, engage with the idea that the earth is flat and come up with some jury instructions. Now they have a hearing. Neither party has done it. What, is she supposed to try to, exhort them into this academic discussion and serve, tea and cookies along with it? It's really a kind of ungainly situation for her. Maybe she doesn't even call a hearing. Maybe she tries to talk tough to both of them. But the basic notion is really crazy. And I and other people said at the time, the form of it, the putting it over to jury instructions and jury instructions based on law that never was, made this about the strangest order. Many people, including I, opined at the time, never seen anything like this. So there's a comic aspect to a hearing that ought to come up. She did an order. The parties both briefed in response to her order, and they haven't done remotely what she said. And of course, it's not very clear she has a cogent idea of what she would have wanted them to do. So Trump also, who could have taken the opening to say, yes, Your Honor, and here's what this jury instruction will look like, and here's what that one would look like. Of course, he doesn't want to do that because to actually write it out would be to frame a paragraph so patently departing from the law, it would be, exhibit one in any appeal that a court of appeals could say, this is not the law. This, so they would be now. Of course, if it were a trial and jeopardy had attached, he could say any cockamamie formulation, and she could approve it and or just grant dismissal, and after at that point, no recourse. But for now, there is a recourse, and potentially, and much much more likely, in fact, since Jack Smith's filing. This was a simultaneous filing, by the way. Both parties did it at 11:57 on the day that it was due. So now Trump has just recycled, a series of claims that really hardly even have to do with, and to the extent they do have to do with the Presidential Records Act, just recycle really lousy arguments that the DOJ has trashed. So I'm trying to, it's all a kind of, one flew over the cuckoo's nest confluence of circumstances, and wondering, just exactly what this hearing, if it happens, and it really ought to, will actually look like. But the, bottom line is Trump also doesn't give her what she wants, even though I think she was serving up a big fat softball to him. And, instead just pulls the strings, says the same arguments. And, that's where the matter of Judge Cannon's very strange order stands. But it's really clear, everyone's clear-eyed now about what the stakes are. The prospect that she not rule, and that this bleed into the case after jeopardy had attached. And that's something that DOJ has now taken all forceful steps to prevent. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.